Hey guys, I just found this video here. I'm going to react to it. It says growing up without cable. Now, the title says before the year 2009 because, well, actually, I should change it from before 2009, from the 1940s or 1950s to 2009. You could watch cartoons on cable. Okay, watch cool stuff on cable. I still watch local TV, but I watch have cable though. But yeah, from before 2009, cable and satellite you didn't need it until 2009. Then the digital switch happened. Then if you had cable or you didn't have a converter box, you couldn't watch TV. So I don't know what this show's gonna be about. This show came out in 2018, so it's a few years old. I'm confused when I see this video here because up till 2014, you really didn't need. Up to 2014, you didn't need cable to watch TV, watch cartoons. Cartoons didn't cut off until 2014. And I'm talking about this before the Disney Channel existed. I mean, ABC, CBS, NBC, all the cartoons until about in 2012. CW cut off cartooning officially at 2014, then came back on at Kids Click. Then left again. The latest station that you can get right now without cable to get cartoons is still PBS. So I'm going to react to this video because I've not seen it yet. So here we go. Now, this I have not seen yet. I grew up without cable until 2010. So.
Netflix, YouTube, and Hulu never existed.
Not until 2016.
Right now, would you be watching?
Netflix, YouTube didn't come out until 2006, guys, and YouTube didn't come out until 2006, 2007. So, yeah, they didn't exist yet. But I haven't. What's going on here?
This?
Netflix, don't remember.
You'd be watching this box right here.
A television. You know, rabbit ears.
Netflix, YouTube, and Hulu
didn't exist. Right?
What would you be watching right now?
A television.
Would you be watching this? I don't think so. You'd be watching this box right here.
A television. Rabbit ears.
On this device, instead of picking what you wanted to watch and when you wanted to watch it, the television would decide all that for you.
Yep.
And instead of watching a single 5-second skippable ad in the beginning, you'd have to watch 5 30-second long unskippable ads. Can you think of anything more annoying? An advertisement right in the middle of your show?
Same thing with radio.
I don't know if my parents are being cheap or trying to discourage an unhealthy habit of watching too much TV, but growing up, my parents didn't have cable television at all in the house.
Me either.
In this modern day and age of online content, some of you are living perfectly content lives without cable.
I'm from the year 2004.
But you have to understand,
I'm from the year 2000.
Online video wasn't a thing. Yeah, YouTube was created in 2000.
I was around the year 2000. I was born in 94. So I didn't have cable until recently.
Some of you are living perfectly content lives.
I was born in 1994, so.
I am. But you have to understand, in the early 2000s, online video wasn't a thing. Yeah, YouTube was created in 2005, but what did that have? This guy at a zoo? That's lame. So being an early 2000s kid, you had to get your cartoons through the TV.
Knobs!
Your parents didn't pay $65 a month to get cable.
It was free.
Then you didn't get the channels with SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, or Courage the Cowardly Dog. The only thing you got was this green brother and sister called PBS Kids.
Yeah,
and
Dash and Dat.
These things were. PBS
Teletubbies.
Stands for Public Broadcasting Service. Kids. That meant all the
Teletubbies.
Kids were government or privately funded. So the shows on PBS didn't really have any commercials per se, but they did have the same sponsorship ads that would play a message before every show. If you grew up on PBS Kids, then Juicy Juice and Where a Kid Can Be a Kid.
Yep, Chuck E. Cheese.
Engraved in your memory. And also, every show would thank you, the viewer, for watching. And I think that's really nice. So, everyone watching this, you're welcome. I'm kind of glad my parents didn't buy cable. Because instead of spending hours of my time watching mindless television, I spent hours of my time watching television with morals.
Yep.
And math. Yep, a lot of shows on PBS were either educational or taught you how to be a good person.
Yep.
The shows I'm going to mention had pretty crazy concepts, but the conflicts in each episode were very down.
And they're still, I'll tell you if they're still on the air or not.
Shows were made for children, like in Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's a show about this.
That was made in the early 2000s. I remember that. I'll back a second. I have to pee. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now, Clifford, okay? Clifford came out in the early 2000s. Clifford was so cool, guys, okay? I remember the early 2000s when it came out, and it said, see, more friends, go dig up Clifford on pbskids.org or American Online, keyword PBS Kids. Gone. American Online is now gone. Okay, Clifford was on from the late 90s to the early 2000s, okay? In 2002, they made a spin-off of Clifford's Puppy Days. Now, recently, I heard they made a reboot of it, which sucks. So, okay, I remember Clifford. Clifford was good. Clifford was actually made books first, over 50 years ago, then turned TV show. Either way, I watched Clifford when I was younger. Today, someone told me the new version is kind of bad. I'm gonna have to find it eventually and watch the new version, see how it is. But I remember Clifford. Clifford was a good show. It's still on PBS. I have some time, and it's not. It's like on the PBS network channel now. It's no longer on. It's no longer on the PBS channel. It's no longer on local PBS, to my knowledge. But I don't remember. Remember Clifford coming on 7 in the morning, 7:30, 8 in the morning.
This girl's dog, who grew up to be the size of a freaking house.
Yep.
For no reason except for the fact that the girl loved the dog so much that he grew up to be a monster. So that means if your dog is normal size, you don't love it enough. And it probably doesn't love you. So yeah, giant red dog is a pretty weird
Clifford.
But the episodes were about everyday things. Like this blue dog feels bad that he tore up his owner's sweater, and his friends tell him to just be honest, and he does, and everyone's happy. Or the episode where this new dog moves into town, but he's missing a leg, and then Clifford and his friends have to learn that having 3 legs still means you can accomplish a lot of things any
Remember that episode?
Human can do. I mean, dog. And I rate this show a 10 out of 10.
Yep, Clifford was good.
This is Dragon Tales, the show that makes
Dragon Tales!
There's Orgy's the biggest, not so great of heart.
Yeah, I remember Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales has been off the air now for a few years, which I will be doing a video in a future. I will be doing a video on Dragon Tales in a future date. I have already wrote down somewhere that I will be doing Dragon Tales in a future video. I'll tell you right now, guys. Dragon Tales, I'll be making a future video on Dragon Tales in a future date. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know, Clifford, maybe. I don't know.
There's Cassie, she's so shy, but so very smart. There's Zach and Weezy, and they're so fun, because you know 2 heads are better than 1 dragon.
Dragon Tales was good, guys. It was not until the mid-2000s, to my knowledge.
The characters would spend an episode learning everyday things like how to do a cartwheel, or they would try to make it rain so they could show their friend what a rainbow looks like. And there was also this grandpa dragon who knew Spanish for some reason.
He was a teacher.
And that wasn't the weirdest thing on the show, actually. There was also a dragon character in a wheelchair.
Lorca! Remember Lorca?
It's a good character because it teaches kids.
I remember him. His name was Lorca. He couldn't fly, but still.
But
Lorca.
it's a weird combination of 2 things. A dragon, a mythical beast known for destroying cities,
Lorca.
in a wheelchair.
Dragon
If you
World.
want to stop a dragon from destroying your city, then you just don't install wheelchair ramps anywhere. I should stop talking. I rate the show a 10 out of 10.
Yep, Dragon Tales was good.
About Arthur. Here's some
Arthur,
trivia.
still in the air.
Arthur is supposed to be an aardvark. Personally, I don't see it. Basically, it was a show about Arthur and his other furry friends learning lessons, but Arthur tended to tackle more serious subjects than the other 2 shows. Like, they have episodes where DW hears her parents get in a fight and she worries about them getting a divorce, or the episode where Arthur Falcon punches his little sister, and even having to deal with someone you know getting cancer. What? Cancer? The character gets treatment.
Oh, I remember that episode. It sucks.
Because it's a kid's show. 10 out of 10. Next, let's
I like
talk
Arthur.
about my favorite show on PBS Kids, Cyber Chase.
Oh!
Cyber Chase, we're moving, we're
Cyber Chase. That came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. Still on the air today on... Still on the air today on... I think... still on the air today on Sundays on PBS station WNIT. Or at 10 o'clock on WGVU, WGVK's Kids channel on antenna or cable. WGVU, WGVK, Kids channel at 10 p.m. I don't like the new episodes. The new episodes suck. The older episodes were better. The old episodes were good. The newer ones don't really work out well. And Cyber Chase is still on the air today, to this day.
The show didn't teach kids morals or how to properly treat the disabled. It taught them something far more important.
Math!
Math. Cyber Chase is set inside a virtual computer world, and this one character named Motherboard was supposed to be the queen/protector of this world, but she sucks at her job because the villain of the show, Christopher Lloyd, infects her with a virus. So now these 3 kids have to go on adventures using math principles to thwart the bad guys' plans to save Motherboard, Mommy.
Oh, Nezzy, Jackie, Matt, Digi.
This show had an overarching story. The kids would always get this close to saving Motherboard, but nothing they did worked. When I was a kid, I always wondered how much longer it would be until they finally saved her. And they never did. The show's been going on for 16 years.
16 years? Since 2002?
Trying to save Motherboard. I think they're at calculus at this point. The show is teaching you slower than an actual school. What kind of a show makes you wait 16 years for a conclusion? Cyber Chase does, and it's one of the best.
It's over 16 years now.
10 out of 10. One last show
Almost 20 years.
called Caillou. All you need to know
Oh,
about Caillou.
Kaylee canned it.
Caillou
At 20 years.
is a world and a demon. He constantly throws a tantrum whenever he doesn't get his way. Even in his theme song, he mentions how much of a brat he is. And then he's crying like a child. Well, you're going to have to grow up, Caillou. The world doesn't revolve around you.
They finally killed him off.
James, this kid is 4 years old. Of course he's going to be a brat. And I agree, but a big problem with Caillou isn't the fact that he's a brat, but it's with his spineless parents. Caillou's mom just lets him get away with everything. Whenever I misbehave, you know what happened to me? I had to go sit in the timeout corner. You know what happens to Caillou? Nothing. Not once does Caillou ever get punished.
He has got canned.
Being like, Caillou, that doesn't
Over 20 years, he got canned.
Okay? 0 out of 10 with the show with just the humans. I hate it. I just realized that all the shows I mentioned were animated, but there was a lot of non-animated.
How about,
shows.
ooh, Zoom. Ooh, remember those shows?
These shows fit the theme of my channel. Or if you make part 2, I can do whatever I want. Now, as a die-hard PBS fanboy, I think I speak for everyone when I say that what PBS was missing was a crossover episode. How hard would it have been for the Clifford people and the Dragon Tales people to coordinate an episode where the 3-legged dog finds the dragon scale, you could dig it up out of the sand because dogs like to dig, except this dog wouldn't be that good at digging. And then he would meet up with a wheelchair dragon and they could be best friends.
Lorca and KC.
As much as I'm joking about it, as a kid, I actually really wanted a crossover episode between the shows Clifford and Clifford's Puppy Days.
Oh, that did happen.
Show that follows Clifford before he was interesting, when he was tiny, so before Emily Elizabeth loved him. So there was a bunch of new characters that all knew Clifford when he was little, and the 2 shows existed in the same universe, so it wouldn't have been that unbelievable for Clifford to visit his childhood home, and then all the other characters who used to call him Small or Squirt would see him now and be like, wow! What the fuck happened to you? You see, it's funny because it's a kid's show and you wouldn't expect them to say that. I waited patiently for that crossover episode.
Never happened.
But it never came. But at least I have fan fiction. George, he wagged his tail and smiled. Clifford, it's so good to see you. He nuzzled him as a greeting.
I don't want to know what the heck this shit is. Okay. I think I'm done watching this crap. It's just stupid. But yeah, I have a few episodes I would like to, eventually make a. Yeah, so I'm done watching that.